Hey yogis, and welcome back to BBnBB Yoga. Let's start today's class in Supta Baddha Konasana. So find a nice comfortable position on your back. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Knees fall out to either side of the mat. And then just take a moment here to settle into your space, to get comfortable. Tuning into the breath. Tuning into the body, deep inhalations through the nose and deep exhalations through the nose. Noticing how you feel today, noticing any tensions in your body. And just noticing what's going on today. Feeling the belly and the chest expand with the inhale. And notice how they collapse on the exhale. As you lie here, as you tune in, maybe you want to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe you want to offer it to someone you love, someone that makes you smile and makes you stronger. Take a deep inhale together through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale, let it go. Once again, deep full inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs. Open the mouth and exhale, let it go. One last time, deep full inhale all the way to the very top. Open the mouth and exhale, release it all out. Beautiful. Close your mouth on your next inhale. Draw your knees towards one another and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze here. Maybe gently start rocking from side to side, warming up the spine, bringing some movement into the body. Maybe blink your eyes open if they were closed, and then release your feet down onto the mat, about hand-width distance from your body. We're gonna come into a bridge pose now. So really engage through the glutes, engage through the inner thighs as we lift our hips off the mat. Reach your arms towards the ceiling. So we're not trying to come into a back bend here, we're just trying to engage the core, engage the glutes. Hold it here, and then draw your right fingers down to the mat, down towards you with your left hand, warming up the wrist. And then we start pulsing here, so lower down and lift up. Lower down, lift up. Keep going for 8. For 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Lovely. Hold it here. And then release it all down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And bring your feet back down. This time, bring your feet closer together. Maybe the toes can be slightly drawing outwards. And then we're just gonna do some narrow bridge lifts here. So engage the glutes, engage the core, pressing down through your heels as you lift up. Hold it here, arms reach high towards the sky. Again, not aiming for a back bend here. And grab your left fingers with your right hand, draw them down towards you, warming up the wrists. And then we start pulsing here. So lower down and lift up, lowering down, lifting up. Keep going for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Holding it here and releasing your hand, lowering your hips down, hugging your knees into your chest, and give yourself a nice squeeze here. Lovely. Slide your hands behind your knees and start rocking yourself forwards and backwards, warming up the spine, using the core to gain momentum, then crossing at the ankles. We step it back into a downward facing dog. Take a moment in your down dog to get comfortable. So pedal out the feet, sway the hips. Any movement that feels good to you, right here, right now. Reminding yourself that this is your practice. Move in a way that feels good to you. All vinyasas are purely optional, and you can always come back into a downward facing dog or a child's pose. So once you're settled in, take a deep inhale as you shift forward into your plank. Hold it here for a breath. And then we're gonna lower down onto our belly. So either drop your knees or lower down through chaturanga all the way onto your belly. Bring your arms out wide, so a little bit further than the mat. Gonna come into a wild cobra. So as you inhale, lift up and lengthen through the spine, engaging the glutes, engaging the legs, lowering down as we exhale. Once again, inhale, low, come all the way up and lengthen, and exhale, we lower. One last time. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to lower. Beautiful. Now bring your right foot into your right glute, hands either side of your chest. Roll ourselves all the way over. Come up to seated with the right leg into our chest, and then dropping the right shin onto the mat. Take an inhale as we lift our hips off, finding a baby wild thing here. Getting a nice stretch through the left side of our body, and then lowering the hips back down, turning it back over onto our mat, lowering ourselves back onto our belly, and then either pushing through plank or through tabletop, we're gonna come into a three-legged down dog. So inhale up, exhale back into down dog. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, draw your right knee towards your nose, tiger pose, and then stepping the right foot between our hands. Left foot follows. We find a halfway lift at the top of our mat, and exhale, release, let it go, fold forward, find a ragdoll here. So maybe bring your feet hip width distance apart, and then just finding a ragdoll. Releasing any tension in the lower back, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, or bringing your hands behind your knees or your back. Whatever feels good to you right now. Maybe swaying from side to side. Weight is in the balls of our feet. Next, exhale, release your fingertips towards the ground, and then we slowly roll ourselves all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. As we come up, we roll our shoulders up, back and down. Inhale, sweep the arms high towards the sky, and exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold forward. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and we plant the hands, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, hold your plank, really engaging through the core, hollowing through the front body. Heels draw back, crown of the head reaches forward, lengthening through the neck, external rotation in the shoulders, and then we lower our knees, lower our chest, lower our chin, tuck the pelvis, ripple ourselves forward into cobra. Tucking the toes, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Lovely yogis. Let's do the other side. So as you inhale, come high, come forward into your plank. Hold your plank, find the engagement, and then we're gonna lower ourselves all the way down onto our belly. So either drop your knees or through chaturanga, lowering it down, bringing the arms out wide. We're gonna come into our wild cobra again as we inhale, and exhale, release. Inhale, engaging through the glutes, lifting up and lengthen, and exhale, we release. Once again, inhale to lift, exhale, release. Bring your hands to either side of your chest, left foot towards your left glute. We roll all the way over, coming into a seated position, dropping the left shin to the mat, left hand behind us. As we inhale, find baby wild thing. And then releasing back down, turning over, coming back onto our belly. And either through plank or through tabletop, we're gonna make our way into a three-legged down dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step it through. Right leg follows. We find a halfway lift. And exhale, we fold. Heels at your feet slightly apart, so you can find a nice ragdoll here. Maybe this time you want to find a different kind of ragdoll, so maybe bring the hands to your back or to the back of your knees, whatever feels good to you, and then releasing your fingertips towards the ground as you exhale. Slight bend in both knees, chin to chest. We roll ourselves all the way up. Shoulders roll up, back and down as we come up. Sweep the arms high with the inhale, and exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine, and then planting the hands, stepping the left foot back, stepping the right foot back. Hold your plank, hollowing through the front body, external rotation in the shoulders. Engaging through the legs. And lowering the knees, lowering the chest, lowering the chin, tucking the pelvis, coming into cobra, ripple yourselves forward, elbows energetically draw towards each other, and then tucking the toes, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Lovely yogis. Moving on to our sun salutation bee. So as you inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees, gaze between the hands. We step or float forward between our hands. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, find your chair, really wrapping those inner thighs towards each other. Toes draw in, heels draw out, hug your belly and your ribs in, as you lift the arms high towards the sky. Lovely yogis. We exhale to fold forward. Inhale to flat back, gaze comes up. And then we plant the hands, step or float through your vinyasa. High to low, purely optional. Inhale, we lengthen. Up dog or cobra. And exhale, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high towards the sky. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, pressing down into your feet to float all the way up, finding our high lunge. And then exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky as we inhale. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands, pressing down to float up. As we inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high to low, your vinyasa. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale, down dog. Lovely yogis, take a moment here to breathe. With our breath comes our energy. Gonna move into our flow now. Take a moment to let the energy settle. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, right leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Extend that right leg and open up, find your fallen triangle. Can you lift your hips a little bit higher? Engaging through the glutes, engaging through the core. Either stay here, or maybe you want to add a crunch to it. So bend into the left leg, left arm reaches towards the left foot. And then inhale, we extend. Now we're going to step our left foot forward to the top of our mat, over the right foot. And then we're going to lower our hips all the way down. So right foot is long, left foot over right. We inhale, arm sweeps high towards the sky. And exhale, right elbow to left knee. Find the twist here. Maybe gazing over your left shoulder. Growing tall with the inhale. Twisting deeper with the exhale. Next inhale brings us back to center. Turning over to the right for a little counter twist. And coming back up, planting the hands. Maybe bringing that left foot slightly forward. We're gonna come into a yogi squat. So pressing down into the hands. See if you can step that right foot forward to the top of the mat. Finding a yogi squat here. Finding length through the spine. Bring your right hand to your left ankle, opening up through the left shoulder, left arm reaches high towards the sky. Come back to center, other side left hand to right ankle, right arm reaches high. Coming back down. Gonna lift our hips, find an active squat here. And then straightening the legs with the exhale. Hands to your heart. Inhale, we sweep the arms high. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe bring heel toe your feet slightly in so the hip width distance apart. We inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, we fold. Once again, inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands, step the left foot back. And as we inhale, we come into a high lunge. Exhale, drop the back heel, open up. Warrior two, so really opening up through the hips. Right knee over right ankle, pressing down through the outer edge of the left foot, lifting through the arches and growing tall through the crown of our head. Really find that engagement in the core, so lifting high. And then we flip the front palm, reverse our warrior, straightening that right leg, finding a nice side stretch here. And as we exhale, we windmill the hands, turn all the way around, find high lunge to the back of our mat, squaring off through the hips. Oh, losing my balance here. So squaring up through the hips, arms reach high, core is engaged. And then we plant the hands, step the left foot back, high to low, purely optional vinyasa. Inhale, we lengthen up, dog or cobra. And exhale, navel to spine, downward facing dog. Lovely yogis. I'm gonna move on to the left side. So inhale, left leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, left foot high towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Straightening it out, coming into fold and triangle. Lifting through the hips. Either stay here or at the crunch, so bending into that right knee. Right arm reaches back. Inhale, we lengthen. Gonna step that right foot to the top of our mat. And then we're lowering the hips down. So left leg is long, right leg bent over the left. We take an inhale as we reach the left arm high towards the sky, finding length. And then exhale, left elbow to right knee. We find that twist. To center, finding a counter twist, bowing down to the left side, gentle left collarbone, and coming back up, planting the hands to the top of your mat. Maybe shift your right foot ever so slightly forward, and then we're going to step that left foot to the top of our mat to find our yogi squat. So lifting the hips, stepping it forward. Take a moment in your yogic squat. Lengthening through the spine, using your elbows to press your knees out, and then bringing your left hand to your right ankle. Reach that right arm towards the sky, opening through the right shoulder, finding a nice stretch here, and changing sides. So right hand to left ankle, opening up through the left shoulder. And releasing it down, coming back to your yogi squat. Gonna lift all the way up, finding an active squat here. Arms reach forward, find the engagement. And then we're straightening the legs. Inhale, reach the arms high. And exhale, we fold. Maybe heel toeing the feet slightly in, so they're about shoulder, hip width distance apart. And then we inhale to a halfway lift, long spine, gaze comes up. And exhale, we fold. Once again, inhale to a halfway lift, planting the hands, stepping the right foot back, pressing down into our feet to float up, finding a high lunge. And then dropping the back heel, opening up, warrior two. Lovely. Find your alignment in your warrior two. So left knee over left ankle, pressing down through the right outer edge of the foot, lifting through the arches. So find that lift throughout the body, growing tall through the crown of our heads, Fingers reach away from each other. Then we flip the front palm as we inhale, reverse our warrior, straightening that left leg, getting a nice stretch through the left side of our body. And then we're gonna come into high lunge to the top of our mat. So windmilling the hands all the way around as you turn around, high lunge back to the top of our mat. Finding that engagement, drawing the feet towards each other so we're squaring up through the hips, and then planting the hands, stepping the right foot back, purely optional vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, downward facing dog. Well done, yogis. Round 1 of our flow is done. We have 5 breaths here before we move on. So whatever your body needs right now, maybe you want to stay in down dog, maybe you want to come into dolphin, maybe you want to come into child's pose. If inversions are in your practice, maybe you want to use this opportunity to come upside down. Whatever your body needs right now. One more round of flow, adding on a little bit, adding some challenges to it. And then we're going to finish off with some lovely stretches at the end. Alright yogis, if you're upside down, slowly make your way out of it the same way you come in. So with control. And then we're all gonna make our way back into a downward facing dog. Taking this moment to settle in. Remind yourself this is your practice. Move in a way that feels good to you. And then we're gonna move through one vinyasa to get round 2 started. So as you know, come high onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees, gaze between your hands. We step or float forward, finding a halfway lift as we inhale, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, find your chair, find your engagement, hug the belly and the ribs in, and then exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step and float through your vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's get started. Inhale, right leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Straightening it out, come into fallen triangle. Either stay here or at the crunch. Inhale, we lengthen. Stepping that left foot to the top of our mat. And lowering the hips down. This time bringing the left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Left hand behind you. Gonna lift the hips up to baby wild thing. And lowering it down. Facing the top of our mat again, stepping that left foot forward. Gonna come into a yogi squat. So lift the hips, step the left foot forward. Find your yogi squat, lengthening through the spine. And right hand to left ankle. Opening up, find a nice stretch. And left hand to right ankle. Opening up to the right side. Coming back to center. As we exhale, we straighten the legs, find our active squat. Can you sit a little bit lower? And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And as we exhale, we fold forward, hinging from the hips. Heel toe your feet ever so slightly in. Inhale to a long spine, gaze comes up. And exhale, we fold. Inhale to lengthen, plant the hands. Step the left foot back. Planting the left hand down. Right arm reaches towards the sky. We find a simple twist. Squaring off through the hips. And then circle that right arm back, down and around to give you some momentum to lift yourself up into high lunge. Exhale, drop the back heel, open up, warrior two. Inhale, we flip the front palm, reverse Trikonasana, lengthening through the right side. And then windmilling the hands all the way around. Finding a high lunge to the back of our mat. Planting the hands, stepping the left foot back, high to low, your Vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, downward facing dog. All right, left leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Lengthening it out, opening up, fallen triangle. Staying here or adding the crunch. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, stepping that right foot forward to the top of our mat. Lowering the hips down, bringing the left foot to the inside, the right foot to the inside of our left thigh. Right arm to the back. We lift our hips. Find a baby wild thing here. And then lowering the hips down, turning towards the front of our mat, bringing that right foot to the top, to the back, and lifting up, stepping the left foot forward, finding a yogi squat here. This time starting with the left hand, left arm to right ankle, opening up to the right side, and then right arm to left ankle, and opening up here. Coming back to center to a squat. Take an inhale to lift up, arms reach forward in a squat. And then as we exhale, hands to your heart, straightening the hands. Inhale, arms reach high, and exhale, we fold. Heel toeing the feet in, so the hip width distance apart. We inhale to a flat back, gaze comes up, and exhale, we fold. Once again, inhale to a flat back, planting the hands, stepping the right foot back, planting the right hand down, gonna come into a simple twist. So left arm reaches high towards the sky, we're squaring off through the hips. And then using that left arm for momentum, bring it back, down, and around. Finding your high lunge here, squaring off the hips, really engaging the glutes, finding length through the right hip flexor, and dropping the back heel, opening up, warrior two. Lovely yogis, find your alignment, and inhale, flip the front palm, reverse Trikonasana, so straightening that left leg. And then windmilling the hands all the way around. Turn around to face the front of your mat again. High lunge. Plant the palms, step it back. High to low, your Vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely yogis, 5 breaths here. Down dog, child's pose, dolphin, inversion, whatever you need right now. We can go through this one more time. This time adding on. And then we move on to our stretches. So take a moment to reconnect to your breath, reconnect to your intention. and remind yourself to move in a way that feels good to you. If you're upside down, there's no rush, but slowly make your way out of it. Slow and with control. And if you're not in a downward facing dog and would like to join us for the last round, make your way back into your downward facing dog. Taking a moment to settle in. And then we're gonna get started with the last round of our flow. So inhale, right leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, fallen triangle. So right knee to left elbow, lengthening it out, opening up, lifting higher through the hips, and staying here, or adding the crunch. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot over the right, lowering the hips down, bringing the left leg to the inside of the right thigh, and lifting the hips into baby wild thing. Lowering down, yogi squat, planting the hands, bringing the left foot forward, lifting the hips, and coming into our squat. Use a moment, finding length, and bring your right hand to your left ankle, opening up through the left side, and moving on to the right side. And come back to center. Find your squat. As we inhale, we'll lift up into our active squat, arms reach forward. Exhale, straightening the legs, hands to heart. And inhale, reach the arms high towards the sky. Exhale, we fold, heel toeing the feet slightly in, halfway lift as we inhale, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift, plant the hands, step the left foot back, planting the left hand down, opening up, simple twist. Opening up through the right shoulders, right arm reaches high, and then sweep that right arm back, down and round. Come into high lunge. Squaring off the hips. Drop the back heel as you exhale. Find warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse trikonasana. And sweep the arms around, windmilling the hands, finding high lunge, squaring off the hips. And then exhale, drop the back heel, opening up, warrior two to the other side. Inhale, we flip the front palm, reverse our warrior, keep the bend in the left knee, and then skandasana to the back of the mat, lowering down as much as feels good to you. Coming all the way forward to the back of our mat, we're still facing the back of our mat, and stepping the left foot back, high to low, purely optional vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely yogis, moving on to the left side. Last round of our flow. Inhale, left leg floats high towards the sky. Exhale, fallen triangle, left knee, right elbow. Lengthening out, opening up, lifting through the hips. Staying here or adding the crunch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot forward and lower down the hips. Right foot inside of left thigh, right arm behind us. Lifting the hips up, find baby wild thing, and lowering it back down, facing the top of the mat. Bringing the right foot forward, yogi squat. So lifting the hips, stepping the left foot forward. We're in our squat, find length through the spine, and then bring your left hand to your right ankle. Right arm reaches, opening up through the right shoulder and moving up to the left side, so right into left ankle, opening up through the left side, coming back to center. As we inhale, we lift all the way up, arms reach forward, find an active squat here. So engaging the glutes, feel the burn in the quads. And then as you exhale, straighten the legs, hands to your heart. And inhale, reach your arms high towards the sky. Exhale, we fold down, hinging from the hips, heel toeing the feet in, so the hip width distance apart. And we inhale to find length. Exhale, we fold, and inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands as you exhale, step the right foot back, planting the right hand down, opening up through the left side, squaring up the hips, we find a simple twist. Now using the left arm to sweep it back, down and around, and lift yourself up into high lunge, grounding down through the feet, lifting high. And then drop the back heel, open up, warrior two. Find your alignment, find your engagement, find that lift. And then inhale, we flip the front palm, reverse Trikonasana, so straighten that left leg. And then windmilling the hands, turning all the way around, find your balance. High lunge, back to the top of our mat. Lovely yogis, almost there. So drop the back heel as you exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, we flip the front palm and reverse our warrior. This time keep the right knee bent. And exhale, Skandasana to the back of our mat, only as low as feels good to you. So maybe you're up here, maybe you want to use your hands to get all the way down. Whatever feels good to you right here, right now. Inhale, runner's lunge to the top of our mat. And step it back, high to low, purely optional vinyasa. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely yogis. Drop your knees, sink your hips back, find downward facing dog, find child's pose. If you feel like you want to go upside down once again, if that's in your practice, use this opportunity. Otherwise, just find your breath, slow it down. This was it for the dynamic part of our practice. Yogis. If you're not in child's pose, slowly make your way into child's pose. So arms reach forward. We're lengthening through the sides of our body. Then as you inhale, lift your gaze. Bring your right hand underneath the left arm. So bringing the right shoulder, right ear towards the ground. Try sending your hips back as much as feels good to you, as much as you can. And then maybe you want to walk your left hand over to the right side. Getting a nice stretch here, gaze underneath your armpit, underneath your left armpit. See if you can send the hips back down. And then walking the left hand back to center, bringing the right hand up long, and I'm bringing the left hand underneath the right arm, lowering the left shoulder, left ear towards the mat, and maybe walking that right hand over to the left. Try to send the hips down as much as you can, getting a nice stretch here. And walking the right hand back to center, unraveling the left arm, bringing it back forward. And shifting the weight forward, bringing the feet out wide as you drop the hip. Find a cobra pose here, so lengthening through the spine, sending the heart forward. And shifting it back into child's pose, so really lengthening through the spine, sending it back to child's pose. And coming all the way forward, tuck your toes, send your hips towards the sky once again, find down dog. And from here, we just come into a seated position. So either step or float through to seated. Lower all the way down onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice and well-deserved squeeze here. And I'm drawing the knees over to the left. Try to keep both shoulders grounded to the mat. So maybe it helps to cactus through your right arm, gaze over your right shoulder. Just get a nice spinal twist here. Inhale back to center, hugging your knees once again. And coming over to the other side. So draw your knees over to the right, cactusing through the left arm, gaze over the left shoulder. And coming back to center, hugging your knees into your chest. One last time, give yourself the biggest squeeze that you can possibly give yourself. Bring your nose towards your knees, and take a deep full inhale here. Hold it at the top, engaging every single muscle in your body for a count of 3. For 2. For 1, open your mouth and exhale. Release everything down to the ground. Find your final relaxation pose. Find Shavasana. So maybe your feet fall out to the sides of your mat, hands by your side, palms facing towards the sky. Maybe you want to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Whatever feels good to you. Whatever you need here to relax. No longer holding on to your breath, no longer controlling your breath, no longer controlling your body. Letting go of any tensions in the body, melting deeper and deeper into the mat with every natural breath that you take. Finding a moment of calmness. Notice how you're melting into the mat deeper and deeper. Notice your feet, your legs, your back, your arms, your head, pressing down into the mat. And then slowly bringing the awareness back to your surroundings. Paying attention to the noises you hear around you. Bringing some movement back into the body. Maybe start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, shaking the head from side to side gently. And reaching the arms overhead, giving yourself a nice stretch here through the entire body. And hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself one final squeeze. Taking a moment for gratitude. Gratitude for you, that you showed up for yourself today. Gratitude for your body. Thank your body for all that it does. And then slowly rolling over to the right side and connecting to the earth below you. Coming back to your intention, taking that intention with you as you step off the mat. When you're ready, slowly make your way up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed if it feels good to you, or the gaze softened. And then we seal our practice, the same way we began, with 3 deep breaths. So as you inhale, sweep the arms high towards the sky. Open the mouth and exhale, hands to your heart. Once again, deep full inhale, arms sweep high, palms come to touch. And exhale, hands to your heart. One last time, deepest, fullest inhale, all the way to the very top, palms come to touch. Open your mouth and exhale, sigh it out, hands to your heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Always in gratitude for you in this practice. Namaste.